So guys, today I'm going to prepare pan-fried duck breast with parsnips 3 ways. The 3 ways is going to be puree, is going to be crisps and deep fried. And then I'm going to serve it with a blackcurrant sauce. Now to start with, I'm going to start with my sauce. I've got some bits and bobs in my fridge which I want to use up. So I've got some leeks, I've got some spring onions, but I'm going to use beef stock as well. And I'm going to add a bit of red wine to it. So that fills my sauce, or at least the base for the sauce. I'll definitely add some shallots to it as well. Let's see. Smash this through. And which pan should I use for this sauce? I use this one. And that's that. And there you go. Okay, so I'm just going to cook off these few ingredients. These are all things I haven't used in previous videos, but it will make a nice stock. A bit of chives, even some garlic. Just going to add a bit of oil. Okay, so that's that one. Now duck breast. So the duck breast, too loud. So the duck breast, which obviously came from a supermarket, is already kind of cleaned, but not quite cleaned enough. So I'm just going to trim the skin slightly more, and I'm going to add this to my sauce, the excess. And what I'm gonna do, you see this sinew? I'm just going to get rid of it. I will cut to the meat, but I want to get rid of this bit. And I'm just going to score the skin. I'm not cutting through, I'm just scoring it. So I'm not actually cutting the meat. This is just going to help to make the skin crispier and to release more fat. So that's one done. Second one. Oh, this is going to my sauce. I'm not going to waste it. Okay. So let's do the same with this one. And then I'm going to add some salt and pepper to this. And let it rest for a while. So I'm just going to fry all these vegetables for now. And then my second step is going to make the parsnip puree. For that I'm just going to peel the parsnips. And for the parsnip puree, I am going to add a small amount of potato as well. Yeah, just a small potato and small amount of shallots for the sauce. Just going to cut it in chunks, peel my potato, that's it. Turn the light on. Okay, I'm just going to wash this. Actually, I should cut the potatoes as well. Yeah, I just had a lovely day. Me and Mrs. T, we just went out for a big walk. We walked about 12 miles, which was amazing. But now we are very hungry. Okay. Use hot water straight. Okay. And I'm going to use induction for this because it's much faster. Just add a bit of salt to the water for now and salt to the duck. My vegetables are there. So basically my vegetables are nicely sauteed. So at this point I'm going to add some red wine. Just let this boil away. and add pepper to the, if I can find the pepper. Where is your pepper, mate? Ground pepper. So I'm going to add some ground pepper to the duck. There you go. So that's done. Then I've got two more parsnips. I've got two more parsnip variations. One is going to be... my parsnips are frozen. My fridge is too good. I should keep just one for the crisps. And we'll see. This one for crisp, this one for breaded, and then I can add this one to the puree. That's it. And you may ask, why do parsnips 3 ways? Why not? I like the different textures, different flavors that you can get out of the same vegetables. What I'm gonna do, I'm just going to parboil the parsnips for the breaded parsnips. Yeah, same size. I'm going to raise these. Goes to the puree. And I'm just going to cut these in half, like so. And I'm going to boil these for about 5 minutes, just to soften them. Meanwhile, my wine has been reduced. Excellent, so I can add some water. Nice, and make a nice stock. And to that I'm going to use some beef stock this time. Just going to add one for now. And then I'll see if I need any more. Now next step is going to be the crisps. And of course I almost forgot, I've got some thyme as well, and that I'm going to add to my sauce. Lovely job. So for the crisps, I'm just going to slice the parsnips with a mandolin, very thin. Again, you know, this is just for texture, so the dish is not going to be too boring. And of course that is if I can find my mandolin. Question is, where did I put my mandolin? My legs. Jolly good question. There's nothing there. It's here. And I'm gonna turn on the oven for the only reason to heat up my plates. With certain dishes, I really hate when the dish is being served in a cold plate. Okay, this is fine. So I'm going to aim for very thin slices. Whenever you use the mandolin, always be extremely careful. Yeah, that will be fine. Yeah, some of the worst injuries I've seen were caused by mandolins. Yeah, I don't actually need too much, it's only for the two of us. Yeah, okay, so you see I'm not even near the blade, but that's where I'm going to stop because I don't even want to attempt to cut myself. This one goes in here, that's fine. Okay, so next step, so my sauce is on, I can actually, I shouldn't, I can start to do my duck. So the duck is going to take about 6 minutes to cook, and then I'm going to rest it as well. So I'm going to heat up some of the oil for deep frying. I don't have to go crazy. That should be enough. Okay, I'm going to sort this out later. And I can turn the heat on. High. Yes, there you go. And let's check the parsnips. I don't want to fully cook them because I'm going to deep fry the ones that I'm going to deep fry. So I'll take them out soon and let them cool down slightly. And basically what I'm trying to achieve today is a slightly more sophisticated dish, but still very simple to do, to show you that it doesn't always have to be a soup or a stew or whatever, you know, don't be afraid. These kind of dishes are quite easy to make as well. Okay, so that's my parsnips boiled, and the time is, yeah, okay, this I can let a bit longer to cook. Then I think what I'm gonna do is to transfer these so my puree can cook away in the back. Just reduce the heat and up the heat on the oil, and I can slowly start to cook my duck breast as well. And I can try at this point my sauce, which looks amazing already. It's not bad. I definitely have to add some more flavor to it. I don't want it to be too rich, and I'm still going to reduce this quite a bit. So I'll just add a tiny bit of salt at this point. And I'm going to change the battery in my GoPro. Many of you ask me what camera I use. I've been using GoPro ever since I've started to do these POV videos, and they are okay. I wouldn't recommend them, to be honest. They overheat. The one I'm using right now is the GoPro 11, and definitely in this kind of environment where there is a lot of heat, they seem to overheat quite easy, especially if I shoot in 4K 50p. That's why I had to switch to 2.7K 50p, it helps a bit, but what normally overheats is the battery. So as soon as I change the battery, then I'm good to go again. So I'll be back in a sec. So now I just swapped my batteries, and I always have 3 batteries constantly charging. So whenever I record at work, I always have batteries to exchange. And I've gone for the more beefy batteries. So these I can shoot with for about 45 minutes ish. Okay, here's my oil. Let's check the temperature. It's getting there. That's actually, yeah, that's 160 C. So I can start to cook my parsnips. These won't take long at all. So today's meal is quite simple, but actually it generates a lot of washing up, but it's worth it. And that pan is very hot at the moment, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to start to put the duck breasts in, still side down always, and I did actually turn the heat down, and I can get rid of these chopping board as well. I don't need it anymore. And my parsnip crisps are almost done. Yeah, that's it. And I'm going to lower the heat of the oil. And I'm going to add some smoked sea salt to these parsnips. Lovely. So this step is done. I can come back to these, and I'm just going to breadcrumb them. Meanwhile, the sauce is being reduced nicely. The parsnip puree is on the way. I'm just going to add a tiny bit of seasoning to the breadcrumbs. So these are almost fully cooked, so quite fragile. But I'm going to try to keep them in one piece for presentation purposes. Trying to create as little mess as I can. Okay, this flour I don't actually need anymore. Just wasted a bit of flour, but hey ho, happens. Okay, let me check on the duck. So duck is on a low heat, and I'm not actually going to move it much. Just let the fat render out from the skin. Okay, so parsnips. So parsnips are not fully cooked, but close to. So you can still work with them. Let's see, I might double dip them. If I've got a lot of eggs left, then I want to use them up. Yeah, I will definitely double dip them. Only just that I can use up the eggs. I hate to waste food. Two and three. That's better, almost used up all the eggs. Lovely job. At this point I can add the parsnips to the oil. Excellent. Quickly wash my hand. And my puree is almost done as well. So let's see how they are doing. Yeah, that's it. Almost. So I'm just going to turn off the heat on the puree. And I'm going to transfer it in a liquidizer. Just clean up quickly. My parsnips are being fried on a low heat, which is what I'm aiming for, because I don't want it to burn quickly and then still be raw. My sauce is being reduced nicely, and at this point I'm going to put it through a sieve. And reduce it further. So all right, how's my parsnips doing? Lovely. Now for the parsnip puree, I'm going to add some butter. I can reuse this plate for the fried parsnips. And I can try my sauce again. Nice. I thought I might need a bit of gravy thickening, but definitely not today. And it's a bit bitter because obviously I burned some of the vegetables, but I was actually aiming for that. At this point I can turn the duck breast. And my parsnips are doing very well. Parsnip fritters. And I can finish my puree. For this I'm going to add some butter. So I'm going to add the parsnips and the potato to my liquidizer. And I could have just used a... should I? Actually I'm just going to use my hand blender rather than the liquidizer. It's going to be less messy, easier to clean. If I can find my jug. Where is my jug? My jug is here, and so is my machine. So I'm just going to go with plan B. Rather than using the liquidizer, I'm just going to use this hand blender for the puree. And my parsnip fritters are almost done. Just going to turn the duck breast again so that each side can get equal amount of heat, and I can put the temperature up slightly as well. Just going to transfer the potatoes and the parsnips. With a small amount of the cooking water, and I'm going to add butter to this. Okay. Quite a bit of butter. And just reduce the heat, These I'm going to take out, they are done. Are they? Oh, just leave them on a tiny bit on. So, let's do the puree. Too much water. Let's see if it needs any more salt. No. Oh wow, so definitely could use just a bit more butter. Alright, I don't need this dish anymore either. And what I'm gonna do, I'm going to clean all the dishes while the duck breast is resting. That's it. I'm quite happy with this. So I've got a very nice silky smooth puree of parsnips and potatoes. Amazing. Look. Okay. Parsnip fritters are done. Alright. I'm finished with the oil, so I can turn it off. Put it in the back. Put the lid on. Now onto the sauce. So my sauce has been reduced nicely, as you can see. It's a nice and rich sauce. Do a taste test. Amazing already. But, and I'm just turning the duck again. At this point, I'm going to add some blackcurrant conserve to the sauce. Little by little. I don't want to overpower it. And also, at this point, I'm going to turn off the duck and just let it rest. Actually, I can use this lid. To cover the duck, so it can rest nicely. That's a nice sauce. Can use some more sweetness. Nice. So that's my sauce done. I'm happy with that. What I'm also going to do is to add a bit of Parmesan cheese to the to the parsnip fritters. So at this point these are still hot, and I'm just going to dress these in Parmesan. Done. Just shake them up nicely. Alright, this I don't need no more. So the pan is still transferring heat to the duck. So what I'm gonna do, just going to remove the duck from the pan. What is strange that I used to like duck breast very pink, and for some strange reason, as I'm getting older, I prefer duck to be slightly more cooked, and I've noticed the same mistakes as well, and I don't know why, but you know, everybody loves meat in a different way, so you shouldn't really judge anyone if they have a different taste than you do. Okay, nice. Oh, amazing. So I just let my duck breast rest for a few minutes. Generally, you should leave your meat to rest for as long as you cooked it for. So general thumb of rules is leave this meat to rest for as long as you cooked it for. Now I'm going to have time to tidy up quickly, and then I can plate up. That's it. Meat is resting. Maybe have another beer. I'm going to heat up the plates for this dish because I hate it when you get a nice plate of dish and by the time you start to eat it's going to be instantly cold. That's one of the worst things that you can have. Like I had a beautiful steak in Prague. The plate was stone cold, and by the time I started to eat my meal, it was so disappointing. Of course I didn't complain. Why would I? Anyway guys, I'm just going to tidy up quick and see you in a few minutes when I'm going to plate up. Okay guys, so the duck has been rested for at least 15 minutes. You see all these juices that came out? I'm going to add it to the sauce. Not on high heat though. And then what I've done, I left everything in the oven on a very low heat just to keep everything warm. So I have my parsnip puree and my parsnip fritters and my plates, nice and hot. Just chuck that breast for a few seconds just to make sure it's not stone cold. And I can start to plate up. And I've got some lovely watercress as well to go with the dish. So these plates are nice and hot, and so are my parsnips and my parsnip puree. I just bring this up slightly. So you can see it's quite easy to make a nice sauce, really. You can slide, you can kind of cheat the system if you just want a nice and quick meal. Obviously you get the best result if you make a nice jus, but that takes about 2 days, so that wasn't an option for me right now. And I'm quite happy with this sauce, you know. I'm not going to win any Michelin stars with this dish, but it's still going to be a very nice dish. Oh, so tasty. So I can start with the parsnip puree. Or to be correct, parsnip and potato. And again I kept this in the oven so it doesn't go cold. So I just add a bit of this. I'm going to try to plate up slightly more restauranty than I normally do, so I won't put a whole portion out. Okay, sauce is there. You can turn off everything. Just like so. And I can add my parsnip fritters. the parsnips, okay, it's okay, and the rest of the parmesan, or at least what I can rescue from the paper. Just add that in, like so. Lovely. And I have my parsnip crisps, so that's my parsnip 3 ways. Just like that. Yeah, I'm quite happy with that. I think I would be happy with this in a restaurant. So, you know, I always liked this kind of cooking. You get one ingredient and then you try to present it in 2 or 3 different ways, get more flavors, more textures out of the same thing. Sauce is done, I can turn it off, take out the duck. And again, the duck has been well rested. Should I go this way or that way? What would look nice? Go 3. Oh, nice crispy skin, lovely. So I just put the duck on, and again, because the plate is quite warm, this dish is not going to go cold straight away, which is a bonus. Again, do the same. Again, you can look at the meat. To me, this looks beautiful. It's all about the resting period, and you can see that there was no juices coming out from the meat either. Okay, so this can go on the plate like so, and then don't forget that we have a lovely sauce as well. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just going to show you the dish before I put the sauce on. Which one is prettier? Both are looking nice. Plate is hot. So parsnip 3 ways with duck breast. I think it looks quite pretty for a home meal. And at this point I'm going to add the sauce. So a nice blackcurrant sauce is going to go very well with everything else. And this is it, guys. I think it's not bad for home cooking. And the whole point of doing this video is that I want to encourage you to do something similar. You know, it's not difficult. You can get beautifully cooked meat and beautiful dishes at home as well. It doesn't take that much effort. As you could see, it was quite easy to make. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I shall see you in the next one. Happy days, mate.